Alrighty, coming to the track from Fargo, Michigan, Tyler Foster will be on the 33T sled. Jace Lair from Medford on the 757. From Chippewa Falls, the 108 driver, Bill Connell. From Medford on the 257 will be Brad Kolchak. From Athens, Wisconsin, Reed Klinger will be on the 221 sled. From Bad Axe, Michigan, the number 92 will be Haven Bouvret. Danik Lambert from Sorel Tracy, Quebec on the number 3. From Stratford, New Hampshire, the 55, Scott Copeland. From Medford on the 2B sled will be Dylan Bradner. And from Wausau on the 98 will be Nick Kurth. This is a Wall Brothers Racing sponsored Whole Shot to the Paddock F500, 5 laps.
So that Woody's Whole Shot to the Paddock, again, an extra $100 gift card, courtesy of Woody's Traction and Control. If you're the first one to the feather flags down on the inside of turn number 2 on the initial green flag, as long as we score that lap into the books, as they'll howl their way down here to the line. And again, set to pick up the pace. The F500 blaze their way around the ice ovals. Everybody gets stacked up and lined up. 108's Bill Connell looking for room to roam. Kind of slides to the outside of the 33T sled of Tyler Foster. He'll notch in. Extreme outside the 221 sled of Reed Klinger. Trying to get an angle of attack down into the corner. Interesting to watch these divisions move back and forth across the racing surface. Some like the line up to the inside, some to the outside. The faster sleds want that better angle into turn number 1. There's a whole shot. Bouveret's going to be the first one down to the corner of the 92 sled down on the inside. And here at number 2, almost 4 wide down the back straightaway. Couldn't quite get there for Connell on the 108, but keep your eye on him. He's back in the field. Dodges down to the inside. Almost contact. 3 wide for the race lead. Out of turn number 4 we come. Bouveret trying to go back on the 757. Lair had the advantage getting across the line. Big slide down into the corner. Still 3 wide coming out turn number 2 back into number 3 spot. So we'll run and gun our way down the back chute. Jace got the point now. Bouveret down low. Haven's working the bars on it, trying to hang on to the number 2 spot. She'll catch company here before too long out of the Canadian, as here comes the number 3 sled. Peddling for all he's worth for Danik Lambert. Lambert out wide. Watch the 221 down the inside. We'll have a drag race out. Turn number 2 for P3, your final podium spot. There's still 3 wide back in the field. It's down into turn number 3 they go. Big run deep into the corner for the Canadian up high. Little push to the 3 sled. Unsettles. We got a rider off. Red flag going to come out. Back at the tail, unfortunately, it's got out from underneath, and that's the 98 sled that went over back here. Nick Kurth, the Wausau, Wisconsin racer, quickly back on his sled. Should be able to fire off everybody to the Woody's Traction Control paddock area under the red flag conditions. That little break right there is going to give the number 3 sled a little chance. Danik Lambert, I think, the Sorrel Tracy Quebecian, has a faster sled than it looks, where he's currently scored on the track. He's currently sitting 4th, but I think definitely has a shot at a podium spot. We get a good restart out here for that number 3. We're going to find out. I love that sled, though. Just a good-looking hot rod. Well, Haven Bouveret picked up the Woody's Whole Shot to the paddock. She was first to the feather flags for the number 92, so she'll get a cool gift card when she heads off the racetrack for $100, courtesy of Woody's Traction and Control. Jace Lair, though, is your race leader on the 757, sitting out on the point. Haven's running second, the 221 sled. Reed Klinger rounding out those top 3. So we get set to go back to green. We have 3 laps remaining, 2 laps scored in the books. Bill Connell, the 108, not a factor out here just yet. A little surprising. So we're going to send them back around here. We got just an issue, minor issue taking place up here with timing and scoring. We can get that corrected. We don't want them to sit there on the line. These sleds get hot. So let them cycle around. So we'll send them around here for just a second. So keep them moving. Be able to call them back down here and again in just a moment. Again, thanks so much for coming out. Join us next weekend. It is the World Championship Snowmobile Derby. The modern sleds coming out here, and that'll start on Friday. Friday day racing, and then the Friday night Thunder taking place, and then racing on Saturday and Sunday as well. Love to see you back out here at the Derby Complex. Join us out there looking over at the airport. Boy, they got some traffic moving fast over there. No lights, though, so I assume everything's all right. So race number 18 on today is where we're at, and just a few more races to remain on this 22nd running of the Vintage World Championship Snowmobile Races presented by Pitlick and Wick. And again, I'll mention the fact that if you're coming up here and looking for a place to stay, we highly recommend the Wild Eagle Lodge. I went to eat at the Blue Heron last night. They had a dueling pianos taking place last night at the Blue Heron. I did not stick around for that, though. I wanted to watch the Chili Bowl, I'll admit it. It was dueling pianos or midget racing, and I went with midget racing. But understand they are very talented, and it was a good show. Set to go back to green. 3 laps remain on this one. 7:57 to Jace Lair down the inside. Watch Bouverette. She gets a good hole shot on the 92 sled. Not as good as the 33T back behind, though. He might be the one to be able to make strides. As he challenges along outside. 3 wide, 2 deep, back in the mid-pack. Look out. That's the wall. Oh, my. 257 firing up through the field. He's coming. There's no doubt about it. Working that high line. Look at the speed on the outside. Back there behind. Still plenty of laps to get the job done, but he is headed towards the front. Ain't no doubt about it. Brad Kolchak is on a mission as we'll come together on the inside. Kolchak to the number 3 spot, looking for a second out. Turn number 2. Rips around the outside. Bouverette under attack. Here comes the 3 down on the inside. Into the number 3 spot. Power slide. Bouverette turns back. Rider off. Red flag comes out. Stack us back up. We did score a lap into the books, though. So he puts his hands up. Okay, down there for the 33T of Tyler Foster, but Foster taking a good pounding down in turn number 3 and 4. So he'll pull off the goggles. Man, you talk about making some hay. Brad Kolchak got that thing throttled up, and he was headed towards victory when that red flag came out. So we get them stacked back up, and we'll try it again. Just 2 laps remain now. Foster, the 33T, being towed back into the Woody's traction control paddock area. Everybody else sent back down to turn number 4 to be called down in the proper running order. Jace Layer still up front to 757. Haven Bouveret scored second on the field when they came across the stripe, but she's going to have her hands full. Danik Lambert, the number 3 sled, coming to life. He's currently holding down that third and final podium spot. Reed Klinger just behind on the 221, but Brad Kolchak was the one on the move and the one with the game plan. He was storming the castle on the outside on a very fast line, so we'll see if he's able to repeat that feat. We go back to green. Racing where everybody kind of gets in that mindset you have to be down on the inside of the racetrack to be fast, and it's not necessarily the case. We're kind of witnessing that out of 257. I don't think he's necessarily that much faster of a sled. It's just that much faster of a line that he's running. So see if he can pull it off here again. Haven Bouveret, another great start for the 92. Is going to be first one to corner, comes down and shuts the door in the face of the 757 of Jace Layer. Layer's going to have to battle back, but Haven's got the race lead down the back straightaway. We're 3 wide for the number 3 spot. And here we go. Deep into turn number 3 comes the 257 sled, cooking the top shelf onto the front straightaway. My goodness. There's a little infield race that's taking place out of the 757. Layer's going to give up everything to the white flag. Contact down into turn number 1. Round the outside goes the 257. He's giving it everything he's got down the back straightaway as Brad Kolchak has raced his way up to the point. 3 wide for third on the field. Tight quarters coming out of the corner onto the front straightaway, but it's going to be Kolchak picking up the win. Bouveret goes second, and Lambert rounds out the top 3.